Started, if you guys are brand new here again, feel free to drop any questions you might have. So the streams nobody tells you about is well, I would say the stream that people still are sleeping on is going to be UGC, and specifically UGC on Fiverr. And there's a new thing going around, and a new thing I'm seeing a lot of creators and a lot of people do, and they're giving like Fiverr a lot of like hate, and I don't know where this hate's coming from, because I love Fiverr personally. There's some things I don't like about Fiverr, some things that I wish Fiverr probably would change. But honestly, at the end of the day, I like Fiverr because I don't have to go pitch a bunch of brands. They come to me. Right. And I understand, like, if you're brand new and you're just starting out, it can be slow starting out on Fiverr. I completely understand that. It's not like it used to be. I'm never going to sit here and tell you that Fiverr is super easy to get into, blah, 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 blah. But that's the whole reason why I tell you to start Fiverr first, because starting Fiverr first, you need to allow it to build up. You need to allow it to start getting in the algorithm and stuff. So starting your Fiverr gigs now, putting them out there, and then going to the other platforms, then going on Reddit, then going on X and looking for other UGC brands, Billow, Incest, all these other platforms, Coley, is a super highly recommended, because while you're doing all those other jobs and stuff, you've already created a Fiverr gigs. You're already sitting there. They're already brewing. And while they're sitting there and they're starting to get traction, you're getting spam messages in and stuff, you can go ahead and start making some money and learning how Fiverr or UGC works outside of Fiverr even. Fiverr is great because once you do start getting a momentum, and once you do start getting orders in, and once you do start getting reviews, 5-star reviews in, you're going to bounce up in the algorithm even more. And once you understand how Fiverr works, and once you understand how to set gigs up properly, you're literally going to start dominating over there, because you'll start understanding it. Everybody has their up and down seasons. That is business. I hate when people talk really bad about Fiverr, saying they can never get traction over there or anything, but they never really gave it a chance, or they never really optimized their gigs, or they never really did what they needed to do. They just thought that because they had experience in content, or they knew what they think they know what they're doing, they put together a gig, left it there, and didn't do anything, or touched it 16 times in 1 month, and then wonder why they never got messages, or only got spam messages. So that is the first thing I want to talk about, is Fiverr and stuff. Let me see what we got in the questions real quick. No, I can't send you $20. Stop asking. How do you help me work side hustle? How do you help me to work side hustles? Yeah, so a couple things, right? One thing is helping you is by giving is right now. I'm helping you literally right now, because you're on my live stream. You're going to get all the information for free, and I'm not over here trying to hard pitch or hard sell anybody on anything. I'm literally just here chilling and talking about different streams of income and stuff and what works for me. I come in here with real life evidence of what works for me and stuff. I just realized, like, I have like my grid on my Sony. Let me turn that off real quick. No one's going to tell me. You got these lines going across my screen, and none of you guys are going to let me know what's going on there. But in any case, I'm going to give you all the information for free, and I will direct you in areas and direct you in a path that help you get more information if you need it, right? So, like, for instance, if you're looking for information specifically on Fiverr and stuff, I would talk about the community I'm a part of and stuff like that. If you're talking about YouTube and specifically, I would talk about probably just watching me and watching some other creators I know and stuff like that. UGC, outside of Fiverr, there are a lot of creators that could follow, or you can even talk about C5. That's another community that I'm a coach in and stuff as well. But I'm going to give you a lot of information where you're going to be able to take that information, apply it, and then be able to start getting traction in some area. If you do what I tell you to do, and you apply it and you continue to show up daily, you'll start getting traction. Even if it's not specifically with Fiverr, you can use what you're learning from me to apply across multiple different things, and you'll start getting traction somewhere. I promise you that. But you have to show up every day, and you have to be able to really put in the work. That's a completely, like, the whole like side hustle thing. And I'll be completely honest, like, I'm cool, because like my side hustle is cool because I have a YouTube channel called Creator Side Hustle. But like, my main goal is to take that side hustle and turn it into a full-fledged business. Because like, for me, it's not just like just doing something on the side here and there. Like I'm trying to replace something with it. I'm trying to get out of a truck. I'm trying to supply, support my family. I'm trying to pay off debt. Maybe I'm talking about you. Maybe you're just trying to go on vacation. Maybe you just want to pay off your car loan. Maybe you're trying to literally feed your family. The reason why I say that is the word side hustle and the way mentally and psychologically thinking, sometimes that we take this word and we don't show up like we should because we treat it like just a side hustle, and we treat it like this thing. Oh gosh, this is TED Talk, and we treat it like this thing where it's like, well, it's just a side hustle. And the reason why we say that, and a lot of people say that, is because when we fail, we don't have to. We go, oh well, it's just a side hustle anyways. So what we do is we give this word and these phrases and stuff power over the way we think and stuff, because we're trying to set ourselves up for a softer land if we do fail, right? But you always should dress for the job you want. If you want this to replace your income, then you need to say that out loud. You need to show up wearing and dressing for success as a UGC creator all the way. If you're trying to do multiple streams of income, this is not a side hustle. This is a business. And don't get me wrong, it all starts out as a side hustle. That's why my YouTube channel is called Creator Side Hustle. But even when I was doing it as a side hustle, I continuously thought that, hey, this is replacing my income. This is going to be full-time eventually, and I'm not giving up. And I showed up each and every day for success. And in 5 years, it took me 5 years. It doesn't take everybody 5 years, but it took me 5 years because I had to replace $100,000 a year of income to do this full time. I was able to replace my income doing this full time now at $100,000 a year at least. Good word. Show up or dress for the job you want. All right, let's see what we've got here. Thanks for your information. Yep, we're going to be getting into a lot of stuff. I will send you a message to you. I might get it. I might not. Completely honest with you, just because my DMs are flooded by lots and lots of people. Let's see. Hey, bro, you need a website, automated your things. I could help. I don't need that. I appreciate you though. No, I've jumped into 10 toes in UGC and content creation. If you aim for the moon and miss 1 out of 2, you still and it's you still blah 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 blah. I'm tongue twisting the crap out of me right now, Faye. What are you doing? What's up, by the way? Welcome into the live. Yes, aim for the stars. You shoot. Okay, yeah. Aim for the moon. If you miss, you hit the stars. Okay, got it. And you're 100% right? Like, my thing is land in the stars. Right, exactly. My thing is too. It's like I'd rather live a life of oh wells than a life of what ifs. Right? How many times do we get in this cycle where it's like, what if I would have took UGC seriously? What if I would have treated this like a actual business than just a small side hustle? What if I would have showed up with that mentality each and every single day? Like, that is what really, really matters. So, I'd rather live a life of what ifs than, or not what ifs, oh wells than what ifs. All right. Appreciate it. All right, cool. Let's get into it now and talk a little bit more about what I'm talking about today and stuff. And feel free to let the questions continue to come in and stuff like that. And of course, guys, talking about Fiverr and everything else, if you guys are curious about Fiverr and the community and stuff, if you have questions about Fiverr specifically, I am a pro top-rated seller on Fiverr, so I'll be able to answer that with you. A lot of my income comes from Fiverr. I would say it's back and forth between inbounds and Fiverr as my main source of income. Inbound UGC versus Fiverr UGC. They're just kind of back and forth every month, it seems like. So take that for what it's worth. I do make quite a bit chunk on Fiverr monthly for the most part. Okay, so okay, you don't. Okay, so a couple things we're talking about UGC first is you don't need followers. You don't need an expensive camera gear or anything like that to start UGC. Period. Right. So what I mean is, when it comes to UGC, if you're brand new to UGC or anything like that, you don't have to like have a following. You don't have to have 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 followers to be able to do UGC. You can literally have a brand new account and not even have social media and just have your cell phone and be able to do UGC with your cell phone. You don't need a mic to start. You don't need lights to start. I recommend maybe getting a mic, but you don't need that kind of stuff to start with. Like this whole thing of like YouTube and everything else, right? Like back in the day when I started YouTube 6 years ago, it was highly sought after to have the nice camera gear with the nice mic and stuff like that. And of course I have all that now, but you don't need all that to get started in this space of UGC. UGC is highly relatable to the audience watching it. That's why it's considered UGC. That's why you don't need this kind of stuff. I use my cell phone a lot of times, or I'll use another small camera that I have, but I'll use this camera for like spokesperson reads and stuff like that, not like true UGC ads. If I'm doing a true UGC ads, 95% of the time, I'm actually shooting on my Samsung. Yes, I have a Samsung, not an Android. Hashtag Android in the chat, and not hashtag iPhone if you're an iPhone user. I get a lot of criticism from you all that are iPhone users. I actually told my wife I was going to get an iPhone just to have both. I have an Android and an iPhone because I am a tech creator, so I might as well have both anyways. In any case, appreciate the love and support in the chat as well. But yeah, so you don't need all that to get started. You literally could just use it. You can literally set up a Fiverr account, like I highly recommend a lot of people to do when they first start out. Set a Fiverr account up, go ahead and get your gigs made, and then transfer. After you get those gigs made and stuff, we want to transfer our attention over to other platforms like Billo, Incest, Coley, Backstage if you're going to get in it, Reddit for UGCs, threads and stuff like that. Brands are on Reddit now, as well as X is another very popular one. And I'd be completely honest with you, out of all those I just named, I just do X. I only do X. Like, so I like to stay in my lane. Like, I would be completely honest with you. So if you come and you're about to ask me anything about those other little platforms and stuff, I know nothing about them, only because I have been in the space so long where I have finally learned about them. Their pay was just really, really small structured for more new creators, to where it doesn't make sense for me as a business where I have lots of inbounds coming in every month anyways to do those smaller platforms like Billo and all these other ones. So I just kind of personally stay away from them. There are a lot of creators that I know in the space that have super good success. And I think like Backstage is one of them where there's people that have really good success on there, and I have thought about dabbling in it a little bit. So check that one out, especially for UGC creators. I hear you can get your pay up pretty quick if you're willing to start like smaller and then go. Kind of like Fiverr in a way, I guess. Again, I have lots of inbound, so I don't do that. All right, let me see what we got here. Oh my gosh, seriously, a mic totally changed my game. Yeah, I agree. I think mics, like for example, I have the DJI Mini set of mics right here that I use for majority of my gigs, and I have the Rode Go ones, actually the original ones that are 32-bit that I use a lot too. Well, I don't use those a lot. I use those very rarely now. I actually use those when I need to hold a mic, when I'm trying to like actually hold a mic to kind of have that chill sit back, because a lot of brands like that sometimes. I use those because these are just too small to kind of hold like that to look kind of cool and stuff. So those bigger ones actually help. So, and I'll show you, hold on. Just in case everybody was wondering what I'm talking about. I guess I'm not showing you because my mics aren't right where they're supposed to be. I used them and I moved them, and I guess they're gone. Where are my mics? Guys, I have stuff everywhere. I have like my entire room is under construction. I have like all kind of stuff moved over there. I got a green screen behind me. I got to put up tomorrow for a shoot that's going to live over there. I've moved a bunch of furniture out of there over there. That I'm building a second studio, multiple studios actually over here. So that's going to be cool. If you're not following along, I post updates randomly on my stories, but I am recording everything. So I'm going to be posting updated story. Like I'm making videos about it eventually. I just haven't yet. I hashtag iPhone. I just upgraded to the 1 terabyte in May, and started with an iPhone 12, 128 2 years ago. Yeah, that, hey, the upgrade on the terabyte is OP. I have a terabyte now. I went from 250, or no, I think it was 500 what I could have, to a terabyte, and it has changed my freaking life on my cell phone. It doesn't matter how much storage you get on your cell phone, you're gonna be like me and you're gonna just continue to put crap on there. It's gonna fill up so freaking fast. Tiffany, what's up, girl? How are we doing today? Fan freaking tastic. It is hot where I'm at in Florida. It is super hot, guys. Like, I don't even think you guys understand how hot it is. Where I'm at, anyways, in my house. It is literally 81 degrees where I'm sitting right now. And that's just what the ambient temperature is here. I got my PC right here. It's pushing out like 170 degrees onto my legs. So my legs are sweating right now. It's just kind of actually disgusting. But in any case, it's stupid hot in Central California. Yeah, it's 104. Yeah, it is. What is the temperature right now? Right now, it is 93. The other day, there was a heat index of 109 in Jacksonville, Florida. 109 heat index. Crazy. There is never enough storage. Never. Actually, there is enough storage, but see, like, I'm a big nerd and I have enough storage over there. It's called a NAS. I literally have what is it, 8, 16, 20. I have like 32 terabytes of storage that I can literally access anywhere in the world. But you UGC creators don't need anything like that. That is like big nerd. My 4K YouTube videos that I record that'll be like 45 minutes long and I have to store all that crap somewhere. That's why I have that. And it costs a lot more money than just, Google. Like, I think I spent $1,500 on that setup over there, but in my defense, I'll never have to worry about storage again. Like, I truly should not. And I can upgrade those drivers in there because it takes 5 bays, and I'm only using 3 bays. So I'm actually only using 24 terabytes. So I can add 16 more terabytes to that if I wanted to. So I should be good until I'm like 90. If not, we're going to have issues. Yeah, so yeah, 1,500. Yeah, but I don't have to worry about it no more. I literally don't have to worry about it no more. And also, okay, because you're a photographer, so photography RAWs aren't that big, but they are a lot bigger than shooting in like standard or anything like that. But raw footage, period, like I shoot all my stuff raw. So like even like my videos and stuff, I'll shoot raw and then add color later. So especially like for okay, I'm lying. I used to do that, and then that was too much work for YouTube, and I was just like, you know what? No one will ever notice. So I started color grading in OBS, so I don't have to color grade, period, now. But in any case, I used to shoot RAW. I shoot RAW on my DJI, which is freaking a lot of storage, 4K RAW. Anyways, moving on. Wedding videos are massive. We do raw footage. Yep. And do you shoot true raw, or like are you shooting like a D-Log or anything like that? Because that has got color grade everything too, which you got a lot. It makes it pretty simple. But as a mom who takes too many photos, I will still need 1 terabyte on my phone, even with a NAS. Yeah, no, and that's why I have that too, because what I'll do is I'll just get a bunch of stuff on here and not move stuff, and that's why I think I'm over 500 gigs. I'm definitely over 500 gigs of storage on this phone already. I'm pretty sure. Let me look. I don't know how we got on this conversation. Yes, I'm at 520 gigabytes of storage on my phone right now. That's how much storage I've used. So I'm over half a gig. So I need to go in here and do some serious cleanup. I don't know how we got on this, but we're here. We're talking about it. If you guys got questions about storage, NAS, or what I use. So also, just to throw it out there, just in case, since we are on it and stuff, what I use other than my phone storage and my NAS, of course, I do have Google Drive. I do pay the money every month, and I have 2 terabytes of online storage. That also comes with some other cool features using Google Gemini and stuff like that. So I highly personally recommend it, especially since I'm getting a little bit deeper on the Gemini side of things. And it just makes it easier for my clients, because what I'll do is I go in there and work with clients, and like even Fiverr clients, if I'm sending them raw footage. Pro tip, if you send raw footage through Fiverr, don't. Just don't, because what'll happen is you'll think that you're gonna have like this raw footage as example footage on your gigs, and it's gonna look stupid. So what I do for my raw footage on Fiverr is I'll actually make one quick clip of like a quick run through if it's a bunch of raw footage, and just show a little bit of the clips and stuff, and say, hey, here's an example clip. Once you accept it, I'm going to send you the Google link drive to the finished raw footage. That way, once they accept it, they leave a 5-star review. People are gonna see the example work, not 25 minutes of you saying or your dog barking in the background, you getting pissed off and dropping an F-bomb trying to record because you can't say the word right. Actually, take all those out. Clients never get those from me. If I say that, I'll literally say, if I mess up and cuss or something, I'm like, crap, James, when you run this through the when you get the transcript, make sure you cut this out, so that way when I'm doing it, I have AI working for me and everything else, so it's nice. Any case, definitely highly recommend that. Cracks me up when an agency says DSLR professional only camera. My question is, are you color grading it? Yeah, I know they always say raw. I never send them raw like that. I have never. Even the agencies, I just assume they don't know, and I just send them. Even like when I shot with my my Alpha 3 the other day, I shot in standard because I was like, I'm gonna send this raw. And then they're going to be like, hey, why is it so washed out? And I'm be like, because you asked for raw. What do you mean, why is it washed out? And I'm going to have to color grade it. So just like, I'm not even doing all that. I'm just going to send it in standard. So I set my DSLRs, my Sonys and stuff to standard. Just send it that way. Okay, cool. We talked about a lot of different things and stuff. I'm going to try to navigate this bus from back and forth to back on to where we were trying to get to anyways. And I'm excited about this actually because so I created a YouTube video for my Pew's review site. If you guys aren't following me over there, highly recommend go and check that out, especially if you're a content creator looking for gear and stuff like that. But I created a video on my desk. I have had a lot of people asking me, DMs, people on Discord, people in my DMs everywhere, just like, hey, what are you using for this? What are you using for that? I'm not even lying, I have coaches and stuff reaching out to me that are in this space, like, hey, how do you get your video like this? Because you probably would see them live, some of them are bald headed. My boy Nate Flake, he reached out to me, he was asking me about my camera setup and everything else, so I sent him that. But I have, and Nate's just one of them, I've had multiple people reach out to me about this, and so I put together, because I was tired of sending DMs to everybody, but hey, do this. And plus, listen, I'm like a business mind at heart in my mind, so when I send links and DMs, I'm not allowed to send affiliate links. So I've sent I don't know how many non-affiliate links and DMs because I don't want to get kicked out of the Amazon thing. So I do it the right way because I take my business seriously. Any case, so I put together a video about my entire desk. So if you guys are interested in any of the gear I talk about there, highly recommend going to check out my YouTube channel. But that's not the really reason why I'm bringing this up right now. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because I want to talk about stacking income streams and stuff. And the reason being is because I covered all kind of gear in this, right? So gear from my mics to my Elgato lights, videos that were sponsored in the past but weren't sponsored this time around. I created this entire video around all the gear and stuff I use. Well, there was one product, and I'm not going to say their name because I haven't signed the contract and stuff yet, and I don't know if they'll be okay with me saying or anything. I don't see why they would, but just to save my butt. I worked with a brand on a item early last year, and I covered it in my video saying, hey, this is something I use on every single day. And to give you a hint, it's the last product on the video. So if you go and check that video out, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But in any case, I work with them and they pay me super well. When I say super well, they did not argue with the rates I sent. I made thousands of dollars working for this brand, creating 2 videos for them. And so I reached out to them and I was just like, hey guys, just want to let you know, I gave y'all guys a huge shout out on my YouTube channel. Here's the video. Just like I dropped by, let you know, just in case you guys want to work together or something again. And because I truly do like the product. And I got an email back today. It was like, hey, we want to buy that footage from you. What will it cost? I created a video on my YouTube channel about products that I use every single day. The brand that I made, a brand that I briefly mentioned in the video, emailed me back and now wants to buy that footage from me. Like, I made the video for my audience. I made the video so that people continue to ask me questions about what I use. I was serving them, right? Of course, there's affiliate links and stuff involved in all that, but I was not trying to get paid by any brands in that video. I was serving my audience, and me getting that email back today from the brand that I'm one of the pieces of content saying, hey, we love the video. What would it cost for us to be able to use your video, just the part you talked about our product, of course, in ads? I'm just like, I sent them the email, right? Of course, like I've already made the work. I've already done the work. And so my point about it is having, I talk about this all the time, guys, having a YouTube channel, niching down on YouTube specifically and starting to shout brands out, things that you typically use or you do use all the time, and then just tagging brands, or if you have email contacts, emailing them the video. Hey, just to let you know, I did a video on your product. Don't know if your brand care about see it or not, but just figured I'd throw it out there, is a super hack on of getting free money, pretty much. I'm getting paid through AdSense on YouTube. I'm getting paid through affiliate links, and now I'm also getting paid because the brand wants to buy that footage to use for ads. And it's not like it's not just like a small bit of money. They're going to pay me decently if they decide to buy it. I'd already sent the quotes and, contract, can't talk about those, but it's a pretty decent amount of money. So, and the reason why I can do that is because it's not just UGC, right? At this point, I have a YouTube channel that is sponsored by huge brands, Elgato being one of them. And the crazy thing is, I'm saying all this, I only have 10,000 followers on that account, but it's YouTube, and YouTube has a lot of authority, especially when brands see that kind of stuff and they see that the audience, because audience on YouTube, guys, when you get like a fan base on YouTube and stuff like that, they're pretty, like I sell things all the time on YouTube because like the fan base just trusts what I say. And that's because I don't put out videos I don't believe in and stuff. Or if I do put a video out I don't believe in, I say it sucks. I literally have YouTube videos that say products suck. The brand doesn't pay me. And I'm okay with that because I'd rather not be paid by a brand than put something out I don't believe in and say it's good. But in any case, having a stream of income like YouTube, adding it to the mix, compounding your streams of income is just a total hack that you should definitely be thinking about in the thing. Okay, my big goal is a retainer deal. Yeah, and retainer deals are great. I actually am working on a retainer deal right now. I have my first actual retainer deal. I work, and I don't have retainer deals, but I do have clients that come back to me month after month after month, and I had decided I'm going to try to convert them into retainers because it was like, I would rather know I have that income coming in every month and I'm cutting them a discount. Like I'm literally cutting them, like depending on how many videos I put, one of the quotes was like, if they do 6 videos at one time through me, they're pretty much getting 80% off one of the videos. And so they're almost getting it for free. And so instead of going with a 4 video package, you go with a 6 video package. Just makes sense long term. But in any case, that's going to be a significant amount of money for me every single month. It's going to be almost 25% of what I typically make. If I can get one retainer deal at 25% of what I typically make, like that's huge. That's just one deal. If I can get that for the rest of the year, then I know I have this amount of income coming in every single month, regardless of what I do everywhere else. And then I can turn, That's just 6 videos. That's just 6. So of course I'm targeting my higher paying clients, right? I mean, why wouldn't you? Yeah, I want to pay. I don't want the real small retainer deals. I want the bigger retainer deals. But yeah, I think those OP definitely want to do retainer deals, especially if you can get them. And the best way to do it, like if you don't like talking about retainer deals and stuff, I personally would not go after a retainer deal as soon as you start the relationship. The only reason why is because they don't know you. They don't know if your content's going to work, and they might not like you. So I highly recommend trying to do a couple deals with them. And if you notice them coming back more and more and more, that's when you kind of go in and be like, hey, if you get that relationship with a agency or something like that, that you can kind of talk comfortably with them for the most part. I try to talk comfortably with everybody I work with anyways. Like I'll send professional looking emails with AI, but once I get to the point where we're comfortable, I'm just like voice chatting into my mic and maybe fix some of the punctuations and stuff. But once I get into those, that's when I start asking, hey, let's think about doing a retainer deal here. I started mine this week. I'm excited to have a YouTube channel. It's like a cheat code. Oh, nice, Faye. What's your YouTube channel? What are you doing over on YouTube? That's super fun to think about right there. Are you doing like something niche? Are you doing UGC with YouTube, or what are you doing with YouTube? And while you're answering that, guys, if you're brand new here, my name is James. I am a full-time content creator, full-time UGC creator, full-time mentor, coach, whatever the flip you want to call me. I get on lives and stuff and literally just kind of give free information away. I don't do no kind of hard pitch selling or anything like that. I'm in a community and stuff. If you guys want to hear about it, I'll be more than welcome to talk about it. But for the most part, I talk about multiple streams of income online. I don't just talk about UGC. I am a UGC creator. I'm on Fiverr. I'm a pro top rated seller, but I also am a YouTube creator that I'm sponsored over on YouTube ad spin on YouTube. So I'm YouTube partnered. I'm also sponsored by big brands on YouTube like Elgato. I'm partnered with Avert Media, a bunch of different brands and stuff like that. So I also do income over there, affiliate marketing, like all kind of different things. I have 8 streams of income coming in a month for me specifically. So if you guys got questions about any kind of streams of income or anything like that, now's the time to ask those questions because I'm live. People reach out to me all the time, DM wise, and I just can't get to them. On TikTok, just on TikTok, it says 99 plus. Because that's how many messages I get, and I just can't get to them all. So I stopped trying. So now I go live and answer all questions and talk about things I'm asked in my DMs all the time anyways. So if you guys got questions and stuff, you drop them in the chat and I make sure I get to them before I get off my live. I do not leave a question unanswered before I end my live. So that's good, unless you're trying to troll me, and then I'm just going to end the live because I know those people like to troll. I'm one of them, so that's why I said that. All right. Cozy Tech and Coley Hair. I'm combining my love and having fun. I have to go look at it. Cozy Tech. I love Cozy Tech. Is that Coley? Is that Cooley hair? What is that? I don't know. I'm uncultured, as you can tell. My wife tells me all the time. She's like, "You're so uncultured, James." Like, I'm sorry. What's that? Attire? Coil, like a spring. Okay, coil. See, guys, I'm not the greatest speaker in the world or the English speaker, and evidently I have a 2nd grade reading level, but it's okay. We're here. We got it. Cozy Tech and coil. Okay, whatever. Close enough. Listen, I don't know if you're trolling me or if you're trying to help me. It's not working. I'm going to give up and I'm going to move on. You can send me your YouTube channel. I'll check it out though. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so some of the other things we're gonna talk about. Let me see here. I'm going to answer some questions real quick that I typically get. I'm looking them up right now. I have all my questions. So I get a lot of frequently asked questions when it comes to UGC, YouTube, affiliate marketing, any of those types of things. And what I'll do is I'll answer those while I'm live. And then if you guys have more or different questions to ask, you're more than welcome to ask them while I drop these bombshells of questions and get you going and stuff like that. So what gear do you actually need in 2026 to get started is a question I kind of modified the 2026 part. They just ask what gear you need. Do you need lights? Do you need mics? What do you actually need? Cameras and stuff to get started. Honestly, like in 2026, the only thing you need to do any platform, any content, anywhere is your cell phone. You really don't need anything else other than that. And I'm going to tell you why. Everybody's tired of AI. I am so sick and tired of seeing AI as like it's too good, right? AI has gotten to the point where it's too crisp, it's too good. People want that authentic, genuine reaction with people. So using your cell phone, talking to your audience like this, talking to your audience like lives, in my personal opinion, let me go ahead and throw this out there. Like, you're gonna hear it here first, guys. Lives are the future. Like, going live and having that genuine connection with your audience and being able to have that conversation with them is going to, AI can never do that. As in like emotional, right? Of course, there's AI stuff out there. You can talk to AI live and stuff like that, but they can't do this. They can't have the emotional look in their eyes. They can't look at you back and know what you're talking about. It's just numbers and, you know, computer, right? Yeah, the AI thing is definitely getting annoying for sure. The you know, and that's the thing. A lot of times when people are like, hey, do you think AI is going to take our jobs and stuff like that? I'm like, no, I don't. I genuinely don't. Just because, like, it's going to get better and better and better, but the better it gets, the more the audience is going to, like, degrade it and like hate it. Like I see it all the time now. People that see, like, how many times, like, I've seen it multiple times now where a big brand will try to drop an AI commercial right on TV and the audience will just freaking destroy them because it's AI and they're just like, we don't like that, right? I don't know how many social media posts I've seen now that are AI, and as soon as they come across my screen, I can tell they're AI just by looking at it. And the reason why is because they're too perfect, they're too crisp, they're too clean. But even with that, the face still looks AI to me. Like, the way she or he talks looks AI to me. Like, I just still don't like it. I still personally don't think it's where it needs to be at or where it's going to be at. It's going to get better over time and stuff. But that's why I said, like, being live and learning how to go live and talk to our audience and have conversations with people in your audience is going to be the OP thing to be able to do and to be able to stay relevant for sure. Being able to have like a YouTube channel where you're able to talk to your audience and be more of like authentic, right? Your authentic self with your audience and stuff, and not having to have these AI designs, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. And don't get me wrong, I'm not an AI. I hate AI. I love AI. I use AI in every aspect of my business. Like, every aspect. You name something, I guarantee it's yes, and if it's no, I'm gonna figure out how to use it tomorrow, because AI is there as a tool to help us for sure, and we need to be able to learn how to use that tool and to be able to use it to our advantage. And we need to learn how to use AI. People, I say it all the time, AI doesn't replace us. People that learn how to use AI replace us. So I highly recommend learning how to use AI. I'm still learning. I could probably take some courses, and I'm more than likely, to be completely honest with you, will learn and take courses in AI just so I can get a better understanding on how to do it and how to use it for my business even more. Why not? But in the same aspect, I don't think that AI is going to take over everything. I don't know what that means. It's just too smooth and weird. Yeah, I think it's because we grew up in the internet, we catch it fast. Yeah, I mean that, and I think that people just I truly believe people want authentic, more of a just a like authentic relationship with somebody. They want to be able to talk to somebody and get real thoughts back, not AI driven thoughts, right? That's why again I keep going to live, because I think lives are going to be what keeps us from going extinct for sure. I also don't believe that they're going to take over all the video ads, just because the amount of like processing and the water and everything that these AI things take is crazy, by the way. But yeah, I do believe that. So how we got the AI and how it's using stuff, that's crazy, but we're there. But going back to what you need and everything else, you just need your phone, guys. Like seriously, like starting out with your phone is like OP today. Like especially if you're doing YouTube, you can do 4K 30 on your phone. If you're doing UGC, you can do 1080p. You know, and like majority of the sites can only upload in 1080p, so you can do 1080p and all this stuff to save storage. Even depending on what you're doing on YouTube, you don't need to do 4K necessarily. Like for me, I do tech. I have to stand out in tech. I have to stand out in the space. So 4K is a minimum requirement for me. I mean, I literally had to tell that to my editor, because I was sending him 4K files and he was sending me 1080 back, and I was like, bruh, like we gotta do 4K, big dog. We can't do 1080. Not in the tech industry. And I'm not talking about UGC tech, by the way. I'm talking about tech, actual like tech. All right, let's ask another question. Let me see what I got here real quick. I'll watch a video shot on a phone with the smudge screen before I hang out on AI video. Yeah, I actually watch the AI video just because I'm curious on what it looks like and how far it's come. That's to study my competition, to be completely honest with you. Mastering your phone secrets to make great videos. Once you have that skill in your pocket. Yeah. We I can't mention it. I'm under contract. Sorry. We have in my coaching community, or where I coach at in a community, we talk about that, and we may or may not have that kind of stuff coming out to teach you. That's all I can say. But yeah, it's learning how to use your phone and mastering your settings on your phone is great. Like you can make this phone look like this camera. I have done it. I have proven it. I have made my front facing camera look super clean and crisp. So like it's definitely possible. You just have to learn how to use the phone. I mean, the phone's like a $1,600 phone. You already got a $1,600 camera in your pocket, but you just got to learn how to use it. Let's see what we got here. What's the slowest route when building multiple income streams, and why does everyone still try to skip it? Well, it's okay. Well, I think one is those questions it's answered, because it's why is it so slow? Yeah, people skip that because it's slow. But honestly, I think it's YouTube when it comes to becoming a YouTube partner and making ad spend on YouTube, because what happens is you have to have 4,000 watch hours in a year. So 365 days, you have to have 4,000 watch hours, and you have to have 1,000 subscribers doing long form content. That is a grind to start out. It took me just under a year, or just over a year. I can't remember. I think it was right around a year to do that. I was making money while I was doing that, though. I just wasn't making money from YouTube specifically. And now, even now though, like honestly, like YouTube has made it easier for us to make money, because like at 500 subscribers now, you can turn on your affiliate on site purchasing, right? So like if you talk about something in your video, they can purchase it right from YouTube instead of going, having to go down to your description or something like that. So it's even easier to make money on YouTube now. I think a lot of people just kind of are scared away by that, because it is somewhat of a grind. Like YouTube is not like all these like TikTok and like it's short form content and stuff like that. I do better with my long form content. I truly do. I'm very good at just getting on a camera and talking long form content. I ramble sometimes, but in the same aspect though, I don't know. I call myself a success on YouTube because I have the receipts to back it up for what I wanted to achieve, which I haven't achieved everything I wanted to achieve. I wanted 100,000 subscribers so I can get that play button. That's my fault though. I don't ever ask for subscribers to subscribe. I never say it in my videos. I never say subscribe. And everybody's like, you should say subscribe. And I'm like, it's 2026. They should know to subscribe at this point. I should have to say it. Anyways. Mastering the front camera video is my final frontier. Yeah, you know, and the crazy thing, to be completely honest with you, I think that Android's easier with that than iPhone. The only reason being is because I don't think you have the settings to be able to touch your ISO, your shutter speed, and all that, your white balance and all that on your iPhone like I do on my Android. I could be completely wrong there, but every time I ask somebody to do that, they say, well, I can just turn cinematic mode on. That's it. I'm like, well, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not the right thing. Faye, also, there's a camera app out there. It's called Blackmagic. It's from DaVinci Resolve. It will work natively with your native camera, and it'll give you so many settings. I highly any of you guys that want to shoot better on your iPhone or even Android, you can download that. It's a little bit more advanced, but it gives you so many settings at your fingertips to get the exact look you want. So it's called Blackmagic camera. What else we got? 4K. Okay, so 4K watch hours. Yeah, so yeah, you got 4,000 watch hours in 365 days. So that's what I'm saying, like 1 year. And that's a lot. Think about that, guys. 4,000 watch hours, 60 hours in a minute, or 60 hours in a minute. There's 60 minutes in an hour. How many, 24 hours in a period? Like 4,000 divided by 24, that's 167 days of like people's lives that they're watching your YouTube channel. That's a lot. That's a lot. Anyways, I do like the yap too. Yeah, I like the yap. You can tell I'm yapping right now. YouTube is not for the fast gratification. I have 2,023 followers on TikTok and 3 on YouTube. Yeah, you just started YouTube though. That's great. You know what I mean? And if you're like me, one of those followers is probably you from your other account. I have my brand new YouTube channel I just started too, right? My other YouTube channel is almost at 10K, but this YouTube channel right here is at three subscribers. It's at 3 subscribers, and the crazy thing is I'm getting views. I got my shorts are getting views. I got a video that was posted today. It's almost at 1,000 views, 397 views on another one, 1,000 on another one. I'm getting views. I'm not getting subscribers for some reason because it's short form content. That's why. Short form does not convert to subscribers, by the way. Anyways, moving on. The other thing we see, Blackmagic. Okay, Blackmagic camera is amazing. Okay, perfect. If you have Blackmagic camera, you should be able to do. And the rule of thumb for everybody that's wondering, like when it comes to your app for your phone camera settings and stuff, this is the rule of thumb. It's super simple. Your shutter speed when you're in your pro settings, or if you're using Blackmagic camera on your phone, that's a free app, by the way. Go get it, guys. Is your shutter speed should be double what your FPS is. If you're filming 4K at 30 frames per second, you set your shutter speed 1/60, 1/60. Just remember that second number needs to be double of whatever your shutter or whatever your FPS is. From there, you're going to take your ISO down as much as possible. If you can get it down and bring more light into the shot, that's going to be better because it won't be as grainy. The higher you go with your ISO, the more grainy your shot will get. So you want that ISO to be as low as possible. For example, my ISO on this camera, now this is a Sony ZV-10, so this is a huge camera, is at 100. But you can tell if I turn it off, now I have a bigger camera and stuff, so I'm able to capture more light. But I have the lights turned pretty high on this light. This one's just a filler light, so it's not that high. But in any case, and of course I got my lights in the background. But yeah, the lower your ISO, the better your camera quality will be in your videos. It's super simple. And your white balance, a couple tricks you could do with your white balance. If you're shooting with lights that are mounted, whatever the light source is, you can usually be able to tell. It tells you on the packaging, even on some of the cheaper lights. Typically, it's around 55 to 5600 Kelvin. That K is for Kelvin. And you'll just set that white balance at that. If it's not, if you're outside or something like that, a pro tip, or even if you're not using Blackmagic camera, is to, when you're in your camera settings and you're looking at white balance, set it to auto, right? Once it's on auto, it's going to set to what it should look like. Then manually lock it right there. The reason being is because if you're shooting with your phone in auto white balance, what'll happen is that a cloud will go over your sun source, or something will happen where your skin and everything will change colors and it will look really bad. And brands don't want that. So they want you to lock your ice or your white balance. But a lot of times, especially brand new creators, there's like, well, I don't know what to set it to. How do I set it? How do I get that look? Well, it's just set it to auto. It's going to make it look like you should look, and then set it to manual right after that to lock it in at that color. So that's a little bit of a hack right there. How can I increase views for the first video? Got to give me more than that, muscle man. So like, are we talking about YouTube? Are we talking about TikTok? Are we talking about short form content? Are we talking about long form content? I mean, I guess the universal law kind of remains the same when it talks about like getting more views for a first video. So I did a video on my YouTube channel, for my new YouTube channel. Let me look and see what it is. Oh crap. My first YouTube video, my shorts, I should say. Crap, where am I at? YouTube Studio. So the first video I posted over there, community content. I'm almost there. Shorts, there it is. It got me, it only got me 443 views. Now, for me, I take my long form I take this content actually and cut it up into short videos and post it on that YouTube channel to try to get to educate people and stuff, to give free information out and stuff like that and help people out. The biggest and honestly, it really depends on the content you're making, but it's really universally the same, especially with short form content. Get to the point. Get to the point. If you like, depending on what content, muscle man, I would assume he is doing, maybe his content is around muscle, right? Maybe he's doing things with weights and stuff like that. And he's talking about how do I, maybe he's wanting to talk about form, the best form. Let's just use that as an example. My hook would be somebody doing form wrong. Maybe it's a disagreement with another big creator. Those are fire, especially for your first video. If you can come out against a bigger creator that, and you're okay with that kind of content, now get ready. Your comments are going to be lit up and people are going to be freaking fighting you tooth and nail. But you're going to find your own crowd of people that actually agree with what you're saying, and you'll start building a crowd based around what you actually believe too. That is a way to kind of start making content to get more views right off rip. If you're cool with, I forget the word and what it's called, but pretty much whatever the word. I can't remember the word. You know what I'm talking about, guys. Drop it in the chat. But that's one way you could do it. Crap. I just popped my chat back over here and I don't want it there. Huh? Play a game in window mode? No, what? I don't know what's going on. There we go. Controversy. Thank you. That's it, Faye. Yeah, controversy is the word I was looking for. Yeah, controversy content, especially, it's definitely it definitely helps, especially if you're just starting out and stuff. So if you have depending on what you're doing and stuff, if you're controversial, if you're cool with controversial stuff, that's a hack. It truly, truly is. And getting to the point, again, getting to the point, like in short form content, I think is super, super beneficial that you get to the point as quickly as possible, especially in short form content. Remember, you got 3 seconds to hook somebody, right? And is somebody going to hang out for 90 seconds YouTube, you can do 3-minute shorts now, 3 minutes to get to a point, maybe if it's super, super valuable. But for me, I'm trying to get in and out as quickly as possible. I just know for doing content for 6 years, people don't really care about your life story. Let me go a little bit further with that. If you're brand new and you're just starting content and stuff, the last thing you need to create starting out is your life story. As in, if you're doing a YouTube channel and you're going, hey guys, my name is James. I started this YouTube channel. You've done lost everybody. No one cares. I'm just being honest. Ain't nobody care about who I am and why I started this YouTube channel. What you do instead is, start with a nice strong hook Everybody keeps saying this controller is great. I'm going to tell you why it sucks right now. Something crazier, something that gets straight to the point. Guys, I when I started YouTube and stuff, one of my best videos, I had no intro. I had no talking time at the beginning. I literally hopped into quite literally, it was showing how to use a mic on Xbox. And the first shot of me was, all right, guys, this is how you do. You go to the Xbox screen, you go here, you put this set. Like, that's literally how I jumped in the video. That video took off to the moon. And I had comment after comment after comment after comment saying, thank you for not wasting my time. Thank you for getting straight to the point. Thank you for just, it blew up. It just took off on YouTube because I didn't sit there and give my life story on why I wanted to make this video and, just get value. People are on YouTube. People are on social media for one of two things: entertainment or value. A lot of times if they're on YouTube long form, it's for value. They're trying to learn something. They're trying to figure something out. Shorts like Instagram, TikTok, and everything else, a lot of times it's for entertainment. Entertainment is something that I'm not as versed in versus value. I get a lot of information. I'm good at teaching. I'm good at showing things, as you guys can tell. But when it comes to short form entertainment, now I can do entertainment stuff because I'm a nerd and I'll have fun with it and stuff like that. But I'm more on the long form content side. I'm a YouTube guy through and through. My first video was about the first video was about I don't show my kids in my content, which is a nice spicy topic. It is a nice spicy topic. My hook was I walked away from a 3,000 plus TikTok account and explained why. That is pretty, yeah. That's not bad. You know what I'd have done too? Personally, this is just me. I would have had a shot of my kids, but all their faces blurred out. And it would have been like, I just walked away from a 3,000, oh, I got a child abduction alert. I got an Amber alert on my phone. People kidnapping kids. Any case, I would have started something like blurt them out and be like, hey, I just walked away from a 3,000 plus TikTok channel, and this is why. And then go right into the video. I think that's something like that would have been pretty cool. And you're still like, you're not showing your kids, you're showing them blurred out and stuff. So the curiosity is going to kind of be there too. And I don't like, there's all kind of ways you can go with that stuff. And there's a lot of people that don't show their kids, and there's a lot of people that don't show their kids at first, but eventually are okay showing their kids. I don't have kids. I have dogs, and I export them. I put them in my videos so I can claim them on my taxes. So yeah. Okay, let's talk about something else I appreciate to share. I appreciate the hearts and love and support as well, guys. Tapping on the screen stuff definitely helps. If you're not following me, highly recommend following me. I'll be cutting this video up later, so if I had said anything that caught your attention or you might want to hear about, again, you might be able to hear about it when I repost these in short form content later. Let me see what else we was going to talk about today. So we've been talking. We open. Okay. What nobody tells you about doing all three at once. The trap. Trying to do all three. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the hook was okay. So this is the thing I want to talk about now. We talked about multiple streams of income. We talked about how you can stack income and stuff. I gave you real life examples of like how I took a YouTube video that I created, sent that video to the brand that was in that video, and now they're going to pay me to use that video because they liked what I said in the video, and it was super organic of me just chilling and talking on the camera and doing I wouldn't say chilling and talking. It was a YouTube video that I had edited and everything else. But my point is, I gave you guys real life examples of how I'm using my personal brand with my UGC brand and making money on top of money. Now, what is the trap of starting multiple streams of income? What is the trap of getting going in any of it? It's doing it all at one time. One of the biggest mistakes creators make starting out is they get so excited, and a lot of content creators or a lot of mentors, gurus, coaches, or whatever get you so excited of starting everything at, they throw all this information at you and we get excited. Like, I'm that type of guy too. Like, if I get a lot of information thrown at me and I hear about a lot of things and I see the potential in all these things, I can get super excited and I might try to go after them all at once. The problem with that is, if you do that, what happens is you burn out super fast because you can't keep up with all the areas at once. You have to learn all these different things at once because nothing's the same. When it comes to the universal code of it all is the same, but how you go about doing it isn't, right? So learning how to create content is all the same, but doing content on Fiverr versus doing inbound content for UGC versus doing YouTube content versus doing affiliate content versus doing live affiliate content versus doing, TikTok shop versus, like, all these things they have nuances on how they have to be done. And if you do them all at once, you're going to phase out. That I can pretty much guarantee you. So I always tell people when they're first starting out, the very first thing you need to do, the very first thing you need to learn how to do is you need to pick one thing and stick to it. I personally will pick the one that makes the most money the first. Why? Because I don't want to start something like YouTube, for instance. And this is coming from a guy that started YouTube 6 years ago, by the way, guys. I don't want to start YouTube because it's going to take the longest amount of time to see any income ROI back on my investment to myself with my time. So I'm going to start something I can make money immediately in. And that for me is UGC. That for you should be UGC. You should be starting out your journey in content creation and learning how to do UGC on Fiverr, outside of Fiverr, all the places you can do UGC, Billo, Incest, Coley, Backstage, all these places. Learn how to do UGC. Again, I highly, 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 highly recommend starting with Fiverr, and I will stand by that, and I will give my reason for that if you want to know that. But start with Fiverr, create your gigs and stuff, then go off and explore other avenues. Once you're exploring other avenues and stuff, I would probably go to X. I think X is one of the more proven areas of like getting inbound deals from X. I get a lot of my inbound deals from X. I am to the point I don't need to really pitch anymore, but if I am going to pitch, I typically go take a peek see at X and see if there's something on there that I'm interested in, and I'll throw it out there. I coach and mentor and stuff. I have students that I'll just tag that are following me on X and stuff for opportunities on X to kind of help them out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just cruising through X. I'm like, oh, that's a cool opportunity. I'm not going to do it, but maybe this person will want it. You know what I mean? And just tag them and keep on moving along. And that has helped them because they do get deals that way. So if you're not following me on X, just saying. But in any case, I highly, highly, highly recommend. Don't go down the avenue of like, okay, I'm going to do affiliate marketing. I'm going to do live online selling. I'm going to do TikTok shop. I'm going to do YouTube. I'm going to do like all these different avenues at once, because I promise you will freaking burn out. You will freaking hit a point where you can't attain it all. You're not going to be able to keep it up with it all. You're going to be doing, and this is the biggest thing, guys. When you're taking all your energy and you're spreading it across multiple streams of income, trying to learn everything at once, you're going 10% here, 5% here, 20% here, 15% here, and it's taking you all this extra time to learn everything where you could have literally just taken 100% and put it into one thing at one time and learned it that much faster before you moved on to the next thing, right? So let's stop trying to split our time up, and let's lock into one thing at a time. And I'm not saying we need to become professionals in that one thing, right? I'm not sitting here telling you need to become a pro-rated, top-rated seller before you do anything other than UGC on Fiverr. What I'm saying is you need to learn how it works, learn how to understand how it works to where you can pretty much do it and then move on. All right, let me see what we got here. Hey, welcome in, guys. If you're not following me, feel free to follow me. I'll be reposting this in short form content. So if you guys want to hear about what I've already talked about, if you're coming into the end of it, this will be reposted, I don't know, sporadically throughout the coming weeks. That's what I did. I started with YouTube until now. I gave myself almost 8 months to figure out UGC. Yeah. And that's good. And that's great. I mean, 8 months, that's a lot. I don't even think you have to go that long, but if you're able to do that, then I think that's even better, right? I think if you're able to give that much time. I did YouTube for 2.5 years before I started anything else, really. I went from YouTube to UGC for the most part, and I dabbled in TikTok Shop, but I'm not pro in TikTok Shop. I still have to really learn TikTok Shop. I can do TikTok Shop. I understand TikTok Shop to an extent, but I haven't really got into it yet. I've made thousands of dollars on TikTok Shop accidentally, to be completely honest with you, which is crazy to think about. I still have videos today that I've created 2.5 years ago on TikTok Shop when it first started. It's still bringing me money in. Isn't that crazy to think about? And that was an accident. So I probably should go and learn TikTok Shop, and I'd probably make some money. I actually have a friend that wants to me to come to him for 2 weeks to do a boot camp, TikTok Shop boot camp with him. And I've kind of thought about that a couple of times. You guys think I should do that? I don't know. Should I? Maybe, possibly. Anyways, yeah. So that's my thought process on doing multiple streams of income and stuff at once. Let me answer a couple more questions. We've been live for an hour and 11 minutes. So I'm not going to be live too much longer. But we're going to answer a couple more questions and stuff, and I'm going to give you a little bit more information. It's baby UGC. TikTok Shop is really silly and picky, so it requires time to learn the rules. Yeah. Crazy thing is the videos I made that still make me money today, they're just super simple videos. I literally got on with talking about a controller and was like, what's going on TikTok? This is I wasn't being crazy or anything like that. Just talking normal. And it's got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views, probably close to 1 million at this point. And it still makes me money today. I'm just like, this is crazy, but whatever. I love it. All right, let's see what we got here. How do you know when to add a second? Okay, well, we literally just talked about that, so I'm going to not talk about that again. So I answered that question for that individual. Really, that's most of that. Okay, what are realistic goals to set for month 1, 3, and 6? I absolutely love this question because a lot of times we come in and we have this conception of we see all these mentors, I talk about it. A lot of other bigger creators talk about it and stuff. People in the space, mentors, coaches, and stuff like that. It was the number I always hear, and you guys drop it in the chat if you want before I say it. What's the monthly number you always hear creators talk about making and stuff like that? It's It's 10,000 a month, right? That's typically what you hear all the time. It's hey, I make 10,000 a month, or I want to make 10,000 a month, and this, that, and the other. And I believe in small goals to big goals. If $10,000 a month is your main purpose, I got like Lynn or something. I'm just over here like a cat. Oh my goodness gracious, that's a clip. You can have those big goals and those big ambitions, but it's detrimental to come out the gate swinging for that. And let me explain why. If you set a goal of 10,000 out of the gate, you're not going to hit it. I'm sorry. Unless there's unicorns in every space. I get that. 10,000 a month out of the gate is just ridiculous. It's crazy. You need to set a goal that is realistic, right? What I would say is I need to hit 500 a month. 10,000 is my main goal. But can I hit 10? Can I hit 1,000? Can I hit 500 in 1 month? That's my goal. I'm going to push and reach for that 500 in 1 month. And then what I'm going to do is once I hit it, I'm going to celebrate that one goal because I finally hit it. I hit 500 in one single month. And now it's not just talk. It's proof of concept. Once I hit that, then I'm going to go, okay, what about 1,000? Can I hit 1,000? Once I hit 1,000, what am I going to do? I'm going to celebrate that 1,000. I'm going to say, okay, proof of concept is there. I can do 1,000. Now, how do I get to 1,500? Or how do I, if you want to jump to 2,000, how do I get to 2,000? These are the steps and goals you have to take. And in my personal opinion, what you should be doing instead of coming out the gate swinging for 10,000. Because if you come out the gate swinging for 10,000, all you're going to do is not hit the 10,000 for the first month, the second month, the third month, the fourth month, the fifth month, the sixth month, the seventh. You're not going to hit $10,000 out of the gate anytime soon. And all you're going to do is cause yourself to be mentally burnt out, because you're always going to be upset that you're not getting where you need to be or where you want to be. Setting smaller expectations, setting smaller goals to start. Again, you can have the $10,000 or whatever the goal is, 20,000, 50,000, I don't care what it is, written down somewhere, but literally have goals that are actually reachable, that actually make sense. Don't have a 10,000 goal out the gate. Have something like, okay, out of the gate, if I can make $500 in 1 month, that's a win. Hit that 500, celebrate it, move on to 1,000. Hit that, celebrate, maybe move on to 2,000. Hit that, celebrate, move on to, you know what I'm saying? That's the process. That's how we do it. That's how I did it. And the cool thing is, you heard me say proof of concept. What do I mean by that? Proof of concept means that it can be done. I've proven it can be done. So the month I hit over 15K, right? That's proof of concept. That means that can be repeated. I have to figure out how to make that repeatable. But if I can do 15K a month, every month, I need to figure that out and celebrate the 15K a month, which I did. We went on vacation. That was my celebration. But in any case, yeah, that's my thought process when it comes to that, realistic goals and stuff like that. When it comes to everything I've talked about and stuff today, there's a couple things I want to mention before I wrap up this live stream and stuff. And I appreciate everybody that's come through, liked the stream, shared, and followed me as well. People that are over on YouTube, appreciate the love and support there as well. So a couple of things I want to leave you guys with today is, like, what's the best way to get started with anything I talked about? It's always the same thing. I've always said this, and it is starting with a community. I think it's very beneficial for you to get into a community of some sorts and get going. The community, I'm in several different communities. The community I would highly recommend first when you're starting out, again, my recommendations were starting out with UGC. I think UGC is the best place to start out when it comes to creating income and getting income right away versus trying to do YouTube or trying to do affiliate marketing. Can be an add-on somewhere, and it's super easy to add on. We can talk about that in the next live stream. But doing UGC is the quickest, easiest way to get going, because you don't need anything but your cell phone. You don't have to like pay for platforms or anything like that to get on them. Like Fiverr is, like, again, my #1 choice for platform to start out with. And that's literally just to get going before you start moving on and getting into other platforms and getting on X and stuff like that. The biggest thing about it, though, is with a community, with doing this thing, you can go out and find the information on your own possibly. But the problem with that is there's two different problems, right? One is you're getting conflicting information between all the different creators and mentors and coaches and stuff. And two is you still spend money and stuff by spending your time. Like, and I have learned, I'm 37 or 38 years old. I forget how old I am. Time is the most valuable thing I have. And the more time I have to spend looking and deciphering and then figuring out something didn't work because I got too much information from too many different people at once, it ends up making me lose money. Because now I'm trying to figure it out again. I'm spending hours and hours and hours. That's what I did for the first 2.5 years when I started content creation 6 years ago. I started 2.5 years doing it myself. I realized what I was doing wasn't working. Once I got into a community, I immediately started actually making shifts and doing things and getting closer to my 10K a month goal to get out of a truck full time. It wasn't until I invested in myself. So I highly recommend anybody that's wanting to do UGC or anything is to find a community. It doesn't have to be the community. I'm an admin and a coach in it. There are a bunch of different communities out there. And I think that finding the right community is very beneficial, especially a lot of the communities, if I'm being completely honest with you, they're not expensive. A lot of them are pretty cheap for the most part. For example, the one that I'm in, it's $300 for lifetime access, but while I'm live, it's only $97. And the one I'm in, it's all about Fiverr. right? So like we teach all about Fiverr in my community. We don't talk about all the other platforms and stuff in this specific community, just because I kind of go back to what I was saying. We don't want to overwhelm people, and Fiverr is already tricky enough. So Arbel, when she created the course and everything, she wanted to be specifically around Fiverr, and that's what we teach. And we have like 3.6 thousand people in the community. We've done almost $3 million across everything, as well as being on Times Square in New York, right? So Arbel's been on Times Square in New York. She's the leader in the community for Fiverr in the US. So she has DNs with everybody else, and the community itself is an active community. Like if I go there on my phone right now, and I can show you guys if you want, it's active. People go in there all the time. We ask about intro videos. We ask what's working here. It's this title looks good, or this thumbnail looks good, and we always help people out and stuff like that. So it's a very active community, a lot of people in there having success and stuff like that. And then the course itself, because you do get to learn Fiverr from the inside out, it's all video. It's not a PDF file or anything like that. PDFs, I just don't like them. I'm a visual learner. I have to learn everything I have to learn. When I learn, I'm a visual learner. I want to learn everything that way. So being able to get lifetime access to a community with almost 4,000 creators in it, that are lots and lots of creators are having success in, and pretty much having Arbel hold your hand from start to finish to create a Fiverr account, to get gigs going, to start out for $97, in my personal opinion, it's just, I always tell Arbel, she could charge way more, but she allows me to do it for $97 while I'm live. And I'm just like, okay, I have no problem with that, because we want to help people. At the end of the day, I want to help people. That's why I'm literally been live for over an hour, and this is like literally the first time I even brought up the community. That's only because I'm about to get off. So if people have been here the entire time that want to know about the community and stuff, about Fiverr specifically, I just kind of throw it out there. If not, no biggie. But if you guys do want the code to get into Fiverr, the Fiverr Academy UFA, for $97 while I'm live, let me know in the chat, and I will let you know what that code is and tell you how you can redeem that code. And again, it's only while I'm live, and I will only be live for like another 2 minutes or so, to be completely honest with you. I got to get going and get some things done and stuff, like cook dinner and stuff like that. And it's hot. It's super hot. What about, let's see here. Let me look at what I got going on here. What's to overlook completely? Yeah. I'm gonna answer one more question on the YouTube side, and then I'll hop off here. What's one income stream people overlook completely? Yeah, one income stream people overlook completely, in my personal opinion, is if you can get into like photography or get a Part 107 to fly a drone. I think like doing real estate or photography or drone shots for local brands, like working with local brands, period, I believe is overlooked completely, especially if you're UGC creators. Like there are so many brands out there in the space that could use social media videos made for them. And it's literally the freaking hack to get started, in my personal opinion. The reason why is because you might not make a whole lot of money, but you're helping a local brand out, and establishing that right off rip, not having to worry about platforms, not having to worry about emails, but being able to see, talk, and negotiate, and learning those skill sets on how to do everything with local brands is going to build you up as a business owner, as a communicator, and somebody that can literally go through and just learn how to do all this. So, in my personal opinion, I think that is overlooked. I've made $700 in the last 3 weeks, just off of local content. Super easy. It took me about a total of 2 hours to do. So super slept on. Something I would highly recommend all you guys and gals to check into is local brand content for UGC or photography work as well. Okay, so with all that being said, I'm going to hop off here. I've been live for almost an hour